is going to be a long overdue collection update of my entire snake collection. And I hope you enjoy the video. It's going to be kind of long, but I'm going to try to keep it short as possible and show the beauty of each and every snake. So, I will tell you I have a new addition. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's just going to be in the video. It won't be the last thing, but it won't be the first thing. So if you want to see what it is, you're going to have to watch. But anyways, thank you all very much. This is Ambition. He's doing wonderful. He's got blue on his nose and a little bit of blue line down his face. And he's gotten quite a bit of blue down his back. It's not a connected straight line, but he's got blue polka dots everywhere. He is the perfect blend between Merlin and Medusa. The bottom half of his body is more Medusa's color, and the top half is more his daddy's color. And that's just amazing. He's just an amazing cross between the two. Look at that. It's like daddy's on top and mommy's on the bottom. Well, that was kind of dirty, but it's kind of true. That's how he turned out. He's just adorable. And he's doing fantastic. This is Madonna. She's my newest baby in my collection. She's half Biak and half Aru, green tree python. And she's just beautiful. Absolutely a perfect blend of colors. Lots of blue, white, and yellow. And she's actually pretty sweet. Look at the yellow on her sides there, and those little blue dots. Blue tip on her tail. The black on it. And she's just got so much color to her. She's absolutely amazing. She's one of the prettiest green tree pythons I've ever seen. This is Medusa. She is my Aru green tree python mommy. She is absolutely beautiful. Now she has a kind of a bluish teal tone on her sides, and her back is pretty green. Although when she is breeding, or when she thinks that she's going to breed, her entire body turns teal, which is very neat and beautiful. And each year she seems to keep a little bit more and more of the blue coloring. She's definitely not in winter time. She's definitely not been bred. And she's still got lots of blue on her. She's a beautiful girl, and she's so sweet. She's one of my favorites as well. I just hang out with her all the time. She's always around my neck. And she's baby girl's favorite too. Baby girl loves Medusa. But she's just so sweet and relaxed. There's something so magical about the green tree pythons. Their little faces are just so adorable. And it's like you can just look at their little sweet eyes and see into their soul and know that they're just so sweet. Hello. Hello. This is Merlin, my daddy, sarong green tree python. He's deep in shed right now, so you cannot really see his colors too well. But he's doing very well. He loves his new cage. He loves being able to see Medusa through the clear glass divider. And I don't know if I mentioned that in the video or not, but the divider is removable during the breeding season, so they can have the entire cage when I decide to breed them. But he loves his new home. Okay, this is Merlin. He just got done shedding, so I thought I would add this little clip in here so you can see his beautiful colors. Look at all that blue. He is certainly a very handsome snake. There's just something so incredible about the sarong green tree pythons with the blue stripe down his back. All the blue on his sides. Now they can have some white speckling, but he's only got a couple little tiny white dots like there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there. But very little white on him. Hello, this is Elvira. She's my smallest emerald tree boa. She's just got completely done with her color change a few months back. She's green now. She's a beautiful girl. But she is awesome because she is absolutely flooded with gold on her sides. And you can see it down her sides there as I turn her a little bit. She's just got so much gold on her. She's just beautiful. Look at that. Almost halfway up her side and the upper part of her body. She even has gold on her back of her head. She's a sweet little baby. Look how big she's gotten. Look how big she's getting. She's about 2.5 feet long. Beautiful. Absolutely. Hello. This is Evita. She is an emerald tree boa, of course. Look how beautiful she is. She's getting to be about 3 feet long now. And she's really gorgeous. She's got lots of white on her. Lots and lots of white on her. And she's finally starting to grow, thank goodness. Look how long her head is getting. Her head is huge for her size. Here's Evita in her tub. She has a 90-quart tub. It's pretty huge for her size. And I finally found out why she wasn't growing. She actually would only eat rat pinkies or mouse fuzzies for ever so long. Anything tiny bit bigger than that, she would puke it up. I found out that she cannot digest bones. She has emerald tree boa regurgitation syndrome. So she is kept away from all of the other emeralds. And she will never be able to breed or anything like that. But she eats raw chicken, boneless. There's the chicken. I put a little calcium powder on it, just very lightly. And she loves it now. Hungry? Oh yeah. Hungry. Hello. You want that? You do? Come on. This is Eden, my adult female emerald tree boa. She's actually very, very sweet. I've worked with her quite a bit, and now I completely trust her. She never tries to snap at me. And she's a beautiful girl. She's a pretty big girl, too. I mean, she's up there in size. And she has a ginormous head. I mean, she has a humongous head. I don't know if you can see that very good. Hello. Let's see that big face of yours. Hi. How are you doing, honey? I love you. Do you love your daddy? Do you love me too? Do you? Oh, good. She's doing great. I really hope to breed her this winter. And I think she'll make incredible babies. And hopefully they'll all be as sweet as she is. I love her so much. She's got this beautiful lime green coloring. Lots of white on her. And she's just so gentle. She just loves to come out and play. I take her outside all the time. She just loves to go outside and get some sunlight. But she's doing wonderful. This is Emeraldo, my emerald tree boa male. He's doing pretty good. He's had me a little bit worried because he's not been eating very good. And when he does eat, it takes him a really long time to eat. And he just seems like he's slowing down a little bit. But right now, he's in shed. And that's the first time he's shed in several months. So hopefully, that's a good sign. And he'll pick up his appetite a little bit more. And be more hyper. He seems to be pretty hyper right now. And he's a very, very handsome feller. You can see all the white on him. I'm being a little easy with him right now because he is in shed and he can't see very good and I don't want to spook him. But I love this little feller. And I wish he wasn't in the shed right now because his color is just phenomenal. But you can still see he's very pretty. Very, very pretty. Quite a bit of yellow in the front. So he's been with me 3.5 years. And he's just a sweetheart. I just love him. This is Mercutio, my Amazon Basin Emerald Tree Boa. He is gorgeous. He is phenomenal. I love his coloring. The top part of his back is really deep green, and the sides of him are a lighter green, and his belly is a rich dark yellow, and he's just amazing. He's got a pretty good stripe down his back, little line that connects the little diamond pattern, and that's the easiest way to tell the difference between an Amazon Basin and a Northern, is that they have the lines connecting their little lightning bolt pattern. And the Amazon Basins do get larger, but typically they're more friendly. Even a wild-caught one would rarely ever strike at you. But you can't import the Amazon Basins anymore. And they are much more expensive than the Northern or Suriname type that you usually see available in the market. Hello there, Mercutio. Yes, what are you doing? Huh? He's such a big baby. He is such a big baby. Yes, he is. But I just adore him. He's one of my favorites as well. And hopefully you can see his beautiful colors and his pattern. And he's doing excellent. He's the only snake I have that has won an award. He won the J. DeWinnis 32 Reptile contest a year or so back. And he still has his little trophy. Actually, it's right here, sitting beside his cage. I show it to him all the time and he gets all excited. Right? He's super excited. Say, uh-huh. Say, yeah, I'm excited. This is your trophy. Yeah. But Mercutio's doing great. And there he is. This is Exception. He's my patternless Emerald Tree Boa male. He is doing fantastic. He's beautiful. He just got out of shed. You can see me in the mirror holding him. I didn't want to bring the tripod up here. But he's a very pretty baby. Very pretty baby. And he's getting to be quite sweet. He doesn't really seem as defensive anymore. Although in the beginning he was extremely defensive. I couldn't touch him without repeated strikes. I couldn't get near him or even open the tub without him trying to bite me. But he's mellowed out really quickly and very nicely. I love his pattern. Well, I don't love his pattern. He doesn't really have a pattern. I love his lack of pattern and all the black speckles. I love the black speckling, I should have said, down his front half. You don't normally see a lot of black on Emerald Tree Boas, and I think that's just really cool. He has a few little white dots here and there. And the back half of him is just lime green. Look at him. Look at him check himself out in the mirror. He said, I am so handsome. I'm going to dance with myself. Look. How cute. This is Sunset. She is a female ball python. I think she's just absolutely beautiful. She has a lot of dark coloring on her. Lots and lots of black. I've always just thought she was phenomenal. Look how beautiful she is. She is so pretty. I love Miss Sunset. She's pretty hyper today. Look at the white flames on her side. She's really pretty. This is Golden Boy. He's growing pretty good. I named him Golden Boy because he had so much gold coloring on him. I've had him since he was a baby. And he's so sweet. What are you doing, Golden Boy? Huh? What are you doing? He's about 3 feet long now. If you just unwind a little. There we go. That's Golden Boy. He's beautiful. He doesn't have any dots at all. He's just got little lines all down his back, but there's no dots or dashes or anything. It's all lines and lots of gold. This is Dracula. He is my het for albino male. He's about 3.5 feet long now, growing pretty quickly. It's kind of hard to see him all stretched out with the camera angle I've got set up. But he's my largest ball python at the moment. And he's very friendly. All my ball pythons are friendly. He's a great eater. And my favorite thing about his pattern, I guess, is this big chocolate stripe here. It almost looks like a little face looking at you. Little eyes and a nose. He's a friendly little guy. He's a friendly little baby. This is Dolly, my albino ball python female. I brought her upstairs to film her because the bright light washed her out and you couldn't see any pattern at all. But she's very beautiful, and she's the pickiest eater I have, of course. The most beautiful ones always are. She only eats live. Sometimes she'll eat mice. But sometimes I have to feed her African soft furs. She seems to like them pretty good, but even sometimes she still refuses all food. But she's eating pretty good, and she's growing pretty good. And she's crawling under the blanket. Where are you going, Dolly? She's finally growing up to be a big girl. Okay, maybe she's not a big girl yet, but she's going to be. She's really pretty. Dolly. Hello. This is Hershey. She's my second largest ball python right now. She is beautiful. I love her pattern. When she was a baby, I thought it looked like somebody had taken Hershey syrup and just poured it down her back. So I named her Hershey. Look at that amazing pattern. So much large chunks of pattern. She only has 2 tiny dots on her. She got a little dot over here, and I think the other one's on the same side, but a little higher up. Yeah, here it is. Right up here. So she is really pretty for a normal ball python. Of course, I think all my snakes are very, very pretty. Whether they're normals or morphs or whatever. I think every snake is beautiful in its own way. It's just neat that some of them have certain characteristics and make them so unique. She's a real sweet girl. She's a great eater. She'll eat anything. That's Miss Hershey. This is Tiger, my pastel male ball python. I think he's just about one of the most beautiful pastels I've ever seen. You can see that he's gotten quite a bit bigger, but he's hanging on to his color pretty good, actually. A lot of them brown out really, really bad, but he is keeping a lot of his bright color. Hey, look at those nice creamy gold tones and orange tones. He is beautiful. And just to show you a little comparison, I'm going to borrow Hershey again and let you see her body color compared to his. Yeah, he's smaller than her, but just look at the difference. Lots of difference in body color. Thank you, Hershey. Tiger is just really beautiful. I get a lot of comments about Tiger. Hello there. Hello. Tiger, what are you doing? He is absolutely gorgeous. You're tying yourself up in a knot. He said, I think so. You better not do that. Better not do that. There you go. He's such a pretty baby. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. This is my new addition. Yes, it is a spider ball python. I was really hoping for a girl, but this one is a boy. Someone traded it to me for a baby albino Burmese python. And once I seen him, I couldn't resist him. So I was like, sure, you can come live with me. Look at his little face. Look how handsome he is. He is just adorable. Absolutely adorable. Look, it looks like he's wearing black lipstick. How cute is his little tiny lips? Hi. What are you doing? You're very handsome. Yes, you are. You're very handsome. They said he was a very good feeder and would eat anything. No hesitation. It's got a really cool pattern. I've wanted a spider ball python for a while. Come on, baby. There you go. This is Miss Valentine. She is my biggest rainbow boa. Brazilian rainbow boa. She's beautiful. She's got lots of red on her. And she's getting close to full grown. She's got some thickening up to do and just a little more length. But she's about 5 feet long now. And she's just breathtakingly gorgeous. And she's kept her color really well. I mean, she faded out a little bit, but she has kept a lot of the red. And she's super, super sweet. And she's a very calm feeder even. I can just reach in with the rat in my hand and give it to her. and she'll gently, gently pull it out of my hand. She's got incredible iridescence, and that doesn't ever show up very well on camera, so just believe me. But every way she moves, I can just see these blue lines going down her back. And she's so sweet and very calm. A lot of people ask me if the rainbow boas are aggressive, but I found them to be very, very calm. They're kind of hyper, but they never try to bite me or anything like that. And she's just so beautiful. I really hope to breed her. Not sure if I'll breed her this winter or next winter. If she gains a little more weight, I think she can go ahead and breed this winter, but we'll just have to see. But she's a beautiful girl, and everyone just loves her that sees her in person. She's always most people's favorite that come to my house. They're like, I just love Valentine. She's got incredible colors. Now this is Venus, my other female rainbow boa. She's in shed right now. She's starting to clear up a little bit, so hopefully you can see some of her color. I noticed that you can probably see some of the orange circles on her side. But she's very, very beautiful when she's done shedding. But she's very friendly. She is probably the most hyper snake that I have. I just woke her up and she was curled up pretty tightly underneath the hide box. So that's why she was sitting so still when we first turned on the camera. But she's waking up very quickly, as you can see. And she's just a phenomenal snake. Even with going into shed, I can see colors just radiating off of her scales. These snakes are incredible. This is Miss Venus after her shed. Look how beautiful she is. All the peach colors on her. A nice rainbow shine. You can see some of it on her back. She's super hyper right now. She is so super hyper. But she's beautiful. She's a very beautiful girl. She's growing fast. She's trying to catch up with Miss Valentine. Isn't that right, Venus? This is Vicious, my male Brazilian rainbow boa. He is pretty hyper right now. He just shed, and he's probably pretty hungry and excited to come out because I just left him alone last week while he was in shed. And maybe he can smell Venus on top of my head because she was up there crawling around a minute ago. And his tub is actually out of the direct light from the room, the overhead lights in here. And it's nighttime, so his sides have already faded out. I forgot to mention that earlier with the Brazilian rainbow boas. But at nighttime, when all the lights are out, their sides turn really white. And that's really cool. I just love that they do that. I mean, that's just so strange and neat. But this is Vicious. He's doing great. He's about 3.5 to 4 feet long. Eats great, and hopefully he will get a chance to breed with Valentine this winter if she's big enough. I know he'll be big enough. Definitely. The males don't have to be nearly as big to breed. But he's actually pretty relaxed right now. He's usually a little hyper, but he's very tame. And his name Vicious has nothing to do with his personality now. When he was a baby, he nipped at me. And I just said, ooh, you're a vicious little booger. And the name just kind of stuck. But he only bit me twice. And he's really sweet now. I should have named him Sweetie, but Vicious is kind of more cool. This is Jafar, my male blood python. He just got done shedding, and he looks wonderful. He is growing so very quickly. Just look at this thick boy. Nice and thick. They call them short-tailed pythons for obvious reasons. Look at his tiny little tail there. That's all of his tail. Just the last 2 inches there. And he's so friendly. He never tries to bite me. He hisses quite a bit, but he never bites. And he's actually about one of the best feeders I have. He eats no matter what, whether he's in shed or whenever. And he's one of the ones that I always give leftovers to if somebody's in shed and they don't want to eat. He's always happy to take somebody else's meal if they decide to pass. But he's doing really great. And when my little girls grow up, I'm sure he'll be in love with them and make me some little blood python babies. Yeah. He's all excited. He heard that he has 2 girlfriends here. He hasn't met them yet, but he knows about them. Isn't that right, Jafar? Isn't that right? Hello. Hey, Jafar. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey. Hello there, Anastasia. What are you doing? Are you trying to climb up? There's nowhere to go. You can't fit on top of that camera, silly girl. I love how glossy her scales are. Every time I pick her up, she is super, super shiny. She's just a very beautiful blood python. I can't wait for her to grow up and breed with Jafar one day. Of course, they're so cute when they're little, too. Look at her. She's cuddling my hand. What are you doing, crazy? What are you doing, crazy? She's doing really good. She's pretty fat. She's growing very quickly. And she's calmed down a lot. She's super friendly now. She never tries to bite. And I just love her. I love her pattern. Love this creamy stripe at the end of her tail. This is Ursula, my other female blood python. She's doing pretty good. She's calming down quite a bit. She still nips every now and then, so I have to be a little more careful when I handle her. But she's very beautiful. She's got a lighter color to her. And she's starting to become sweet, but she just needs a little more patience and a little more work. Hello there, Miss Ursula. How are you doing? She said, I'm watching your every move, Daddy. She said, scare me once, I will bite the shit out of you. But I used to not be able to touch her at all without being constantly struck at, so she's come a long way. I mean, you couldn't move at all in front of her. Any movement, she's struck at. But she's a really pretty girl, and I hope she continues to improve on her attitude. And I think she will. A little bit of a picky eater, but she's doing a little bit better with that too, so let's hope that she just continues to improve. And that's Miss Ursula there. Okay, this is Phantom. He is my Woma python. The only Woma python I have. And he's gotten pretty large. He's a great feeder, and he is so sweet. I just love him to death. But he's a little dull right now, so he might be going into shed soon. But you can still see his beautiful colors, and look how thick around he's getting. He's a very pretty snake. And of course, the cutest thing about the Woma pythons is their cute little yellow faces with the dark shading around their eyes. It almost looks like they have little sunglasses. Hello, baby. Hello. But that's an update on Phantom. This is Mortician. He's my Sunglow boa. He's actually really beautiful, and his color never picks up very good on camera. But I'm hoping you can see a little bit of his pink pattern. But he has yellowed out quite a bit as he's aged. But I kind of expected that. I love him so much. He was actually supposed to be a girl when I purchased him, but he's most definitely not a girl. So I might breed him to my albino Reptile and maybe get half and half babies, but you never know. He is probably 4.5 feet long, starting to get toward 5 feet, and he's got a beautiful little face on him. I hope the camera will at least show you how beautiful his face is. This is Mortician, the Sunglow. I know the camera didn't show you him very good at all, so I'm filming him on the black table here so you can see his pink pattern, his pink saddles going down his back. And he's trying to crawl up in my cabinet. But you can see his pattern pretty good now. Hello there. Hello. This is Morgana, my albino red tail. She is beautiful. You can see she's got quite a bit of red left on her tail. That's about all you're going to be able to see in the video. I can see up close a super faint pattern going down her back. It almost has a white outline, but her saddles are almost invisible. And she has the cutest little face, and beautiful little pink eyes, and a beautiful little pink tongue, and a creamy belly. And she's just super sweet. She's one of my favorites too. Little Morgana. Now this is Morgana. You can see her saddles are almost invisible. You just see almost like a little white outline where her saddles should be. See that? Big difference between her and the Sunglow. Only thing you can really see on her is her tail pattern. She's got quite a bit of red on her tail. She's really beautiful. But I love that. It looks like she's got invisible saddles almost. You're making a mess. She's knocking things out of the shelf, trying to go hide up there. This is Lucy. She's my pastel red-tailed boa. She's doing wonderful. She's about 5.5, approaching 6 foot long. She is just flooded with pink all down her sides, and even some on her belly. She's just really beautiful. When she was a baby, I wasn't sure whether I believed she was a pastel or not, because I'd never owned a pastel red-tailed boa. But I knew she had a lot of pink tint to her. But as she's gotten older, the pinks just actually increased with her. And I think she's going to be a remarkable breeder. I do hope to breed her sometime, maybe to my Sunglow, and at least make really pretty hypos with her. But she is absolutely beautiful. She's got really light colored chocolate markings on her, very little dark places on her at all. The saddles are pretty light brown. And she's a great feeder. She eats anytime, no matter what, shedding or whenever. But she's pretty chunky, and even her tail has got lots of pink down the side and underneath. And I just love Lucy. I love Lucy, you know. But anywho, this is an update on Miss Lucy. Hello, this is Ricardo. He's my male red-tailed boa. He's pretty dark, but he's gorgeous. His scales show a lot of iridescence to him, and he's doing great. Ricardo is always hyper, always trying to go somewhere. But the only thing that he loves to do is take a bath. And if you put him in a bathtub with lukewarm water, he'll sit in it for half an hour without even trying to get out. He just loves to sit and soak. But he's a big baby, and he's climbing straight up, so you probably can't even see him. Oh, there he is, coming back down. But he's really sweet. I just love this guy. He was actually raised with my Burmese Python Nano from their previous owner. They grew up together. And you can see how thick he's getting. He's a pretty big boy now. He's close to about 7 feet. He's probably about full grown. Hi. But there's Ricardo. Hello. This is Booth, my other male red-tailed boa. He is doing really well. He's a good feeder. He has a little bit of pinkish tone around his face. But he's gotten a little thicker since the last time you saw him. I think he's a little thicker than Ricardo, but I don't think he's quite as long. And it's kind of strange because Ricardo eats more than he does, but every snake is different. And just look how thick his body is there. And he's really pretty. He's got a lot of, a little bit of a peach tone and pinkish highlights in his scales. And he's very friendly too. And he's trying to go behind me and visit or just crawl around and see what it can knock over, probably. But, there he is. I don't know if you can see his little face there, but, it's got a little bit of a pink tone to it. Hi. Say hello. Hey, Booth. Hello, this is Mama Bones. She's my female red-tailed boa. She's beautiful. She's very light-colored, and she's so sweet. She is actually pretty thick, and she's about 7, maybe 7.5 feet long. But she's pretty big around. Let's look at that big belly there. She's got a pretty tail. It's pretty bright, actually. See that? And she hates to go back in the cage. Once you get her out, you have a hard time getting her to go back in there. She's just a cuddle baby. And she's doing great, actually. Here she is. Look. And one thing I noticed is in the last year or so, her head has actually gained a lot of size. You know, the boas always have such small little heads for their body anyway, but her head is finally starting to get some size to it. Hi there. How are you doing? Huh? How are you doing? She'll eat anything. She likes guinea pigs. She usually eats like quadruple large guinea pigs about every 10 to 14 days. And she just shed about a week ago. And so this is about as bright as she gets. And she has a lot of iridescence in her scales too. The one thing about boas, when you're handling boas versus pythons, their grip is so much stronger than the pythons. Even Nano, it does not grip me the way that she does. They just hang on a lot tighter. I mean, you can see, she's like, no, don't let go of me. She's squeezing my arms. I'm pushing them out and she's squeezing them back closed. That's so cute. But look at her. This is Topanga. She's a baby albino Burmese python from Nano and Buttercup. She's the one I'm going to keep. She's really beautiful and she eats frozen thawed, so I'm very happy about that. She's very sweet, got a very nice temperament. She's pretty quiet like Buttercup. Look at her beautiful colors. Very intense. Good contrast. I just love her. Hello, darling. Where are you going? Huh? Where are you going? Look how beautiful she is. She's a beautiful little baby who's going to be a very big baby one of these days. Here's Mommy Buttercup, my female albino Burmese python. She's doing wonderful. She's gaining weight like crazy now. Very solid, very heavy, very thick. She's actually bigger now than she was before breeding, I think. And she's actually about 10.5 feet long, closely approaching 11 feet. And even though Nano is a little longer than she is, she actually weighs nearly as much as he does. When you're holding her, she actually feels heavier. Her body's always felt heavier for the volume that she is than Nano's. I think she's got a lot more muscle tone to her than he does. And maybe that's a female thing, because females are a little bit heavier weight than males. But she's very solid. And I love the color on her. She's almost solid gold. She's such a beautiful girl. And she is so sweet. Most Burmese pythons are very vocal, but she's pretty quiet. Very rarely do you ever hear a little tiny peep come out of her, and it's very minor if you do catch it. She's one of my favorites. She is such a gentle giant. This is Nano, my daddy albino Burmese python. He's doing wonderful. He's so sweet. Hi there, baby. Hey, what are you doing? He's going to try to mess up my hair too. But anyways, he's doing really good, and he's the largest snake that I have. He's approaching 13 feet. Probably weighs close to 50 pounds, or maybe even a little more. I haven't weighed him in a long time. But he does hiss quite a bit, but he doesn't try to bite. It's just a Burmese thing. And you have to be kind of careful when you hold him, because he'll latch onto something and yank things over. And you never want to get too much of their body weight, you know, going away from you, because you don't want to drop them or have them slide off of you. So you have to be kind of careful to make sure you're supporting a good bit of their body on each side, because we wouldn't want them to drop and fall and get hurt. But you can see he's pretty big. He's wrapped around my legs almost down to my knee, and he's just doing amazing. He is doing amazing. Hi there, baby. Hi. What are you doing? Huh? Anywho, that is Nano. This is Sebastian, my male leopard gecko. He has calmed down so much since I've had him, and he's fattened up quite a bit. Look at that nice plump tail there. He's went from about 62 grams when I got him to about 85 now. And he doesn't try to jump out of my hand anymore. Look at his cute little face. Sebastian. Look at him. He's just so calm now. I used to not be able to handle him very much without him trying to jump out of my hand. But he seems to really like me now. He wants to stay right up on my hand. He's really beautiful. He just shed last week. And he eats superworms and crickets. Mostly superworms, but I give him dusted crickets every once in a while. Make sure he's getting calcium, even though he's got calcium powder in there with him. He's doing great. This is Miss Sonia. She is a giant leopard gecko. She's about 10.5 inches long, which is really big for a female. Her body's not perfectly straight, so it doesn't show her exact length. Can't really get her to sit straight. Her tail's a little curled, but you can see it reaches the 10-inch mark there, even with it's curled, and when she's perfectly straight, it's closer to 10.5. But that is Miss Sonia. I actually had to put her on a diet because I thought she was getting a little bit too chubby. She was waddling a little bit, so she got up to about 118 grams. And we've got her to about 110 now. And she seems pretty content. I'm going to try to keep her around this weight and not let her go up. She's not missing a toe. She's just curling her little finger there. She's got all her little toes. And she is such a sweetheart. Yes, she is. Oh, you like that? She's huge, though. She's very big for a female. Look how beautiful she is. She is such a pretty girl. Look at her big fat belly. And her great big fat tail. Look at her sitting in my hand. I love to see her sit up like that. It is so cute. She's like, hey, where's the TV remote? Both of my geckos are doing great, and they're eating like little piggies. And they're both super, super calm now. We certainly couldn't have that big long video without Miss Baby Girl. Yes, she's my pride and joy. Yes, see how sweet she is. Can you hear that little angel purring? Yes. She was a little bit jealous when I was away spending all my time with the snakes without her, but I'll make it up to her. But until next time, say goodbye, baby girl. Bye. Bye. Tell him goodbye. Say bye. She said, no, I'm not ready to go. I didn't get enough camera time. Well, you sweet little hooker. Baby girl, is that your new friend? Baby girl, you seem awful happy to have a little friend with you. Is that the new baby? She said, friend, where are you going? She said, friend, where are you going? Baby girl, that was so rude. She said, Tag, you're it.